Ashok Avasthi. Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my videos and press bell icon for latest updates and upcoming videos. Okay, in this video we will discuss about features of joint stock company. What are the features of joint stock company? Before going ahead, I would like to tell you that we also conduct online classes for HSC, FYJC and SSC students. Interested students can send their comment through or contact through comment box. Send their comment through comment box. Okay, let's start with the video, that is features of joint stock company. First, artificial legal person. So company or joint stock company is artificial legal person created by law. It is created by law. It is artificial person. It is not a real or natural person. It has separate name and existence different from its members. It can't sign as a human being. So joint stock company or company uses common seal as substitute for its signature. Common seal is used which is engraved or designed in a particular manner. It acts as a signature of company because company is not a real person. It is artificial person created by law, so it cannot sign. So common seal is used as its substitute, as signature. Okay, it does not have physical existence because it is not a natural person. Okay, it can enter into contract with third parties, that is outsiders. For example, it can buy or sell any property, borrow loans from banks or financial institutions, or money from other persons. Okay, because it has separate legal entity. Okay, and it can enter into contract with third parties. It means company. Second, separate legal existence. A joint stock company is created by law and enjoys a independent legal status different from its member. So joint stock company is different and members are different. Joint stock company enjoys a separate legal separate existence or legal status which is different from its members. Okay, so shareholders are not held responsible for the loans taken by the company from different banks or financial institutions. Okay, shareholder cannot perform any activities on behalf of company. Okay, because company has its separate legal entity or identity. It is a separate legal entity. So shareholder cannot take any decision or cannot perform any act on behalf of company. Okay. Third point, limited liability. The most important advantage of joint stock company is limited liability. His liability of shareholder is limited to the extent of unpaid amount of shares held by him. Okay. For example, if a shareholder purchases a share of rupees 10, okay, so out of rupees 10, rupees 5 is paid and rupees 5 are unpaid. So liability of shareholder is limited only to the extent of unpaid amount of shares held by him. So liability of shareholder in this case is limited only up to rupees 5, which is unpaid amount of share held by him. Okay. So it cannot be held liable for the debts of the company. Shareholder cannot be held liable for the loans taken by the company. Their personal property cannot be used for satisfying or meeting up the loan taken by the company from creditors or any bank or financial institutions. Okay, so liability of shareholder in joint stock company is limited to the extent of unpaid amount of shares held by them. Okay, moving on to fourth point, that is common seal. A company is artificial person, so it cannot sign itself. It does not act as a human being. It cannot sign. So common seal is used as a substitute for signature, okay, of the company. Common seal shows the name of company. So what is that? What the common seal shows? It shows the name of the company which is engraved. Engraved means designed or carved in a special manner or particular manner, in a good design. It is written common seal. It is affixed. Affixed means attached on all important documents of the company, and it is to be witnessed. Witness means seen or observed by at least 2 directors, and their signature should be there of the company. Okay, while dictating or writing common seal, it should be signed at least by 2 directors of the company. and it should be witnessed by 2 directors of the company. Okay. Fifth point, registration. The registration of joint stock company is compulsory. So the joint stock company has to get itself registered. Okay. There is no option. Registration is compulsory. Every Indian company should be registered with Register of Companies as per Indian Companies Act 1956. So every company has to be registered with Register of Companies, okay, as per Indian Companies Act, which was passed in the year 1956. Registration of joint stock company is compulsory. Okay. I hope the points discussed up to now are clear. We'll move on to sixth point, that is transferability of shares. The ownership capital or owned capital of the company is divided into large number of shares. Okay, so owned capital of the company is divided in large number of shares, the ownership of which is the condition of membership. If you want to become the owner or member, you have to purchase that shares. Only by purchasing the shares of the company, you can become the member or owner of the company. Okay, these shares are freely transferable. Freely means easily transferable. In a public limited company, only in public limited company the shares are freely transferable. That is, members can buy or sell their shares without taking or seeking permission from the company. So member can easily buy and sell the shares. They don't have to take repeatedly the permissions of the company. They can easily buy and sell the shares. So shares of joint stock company in public limited company are freely transferable, easily transferable. Thus, there is a high degree of liquidity involved in buying of shares. Liquidity means conversion of shares into cash. So, that is quickly the shares can be converted into cash. So, large number of shares will be purchased by the shareholder, because in case of emergency, they can easily convert the shares into cash because of high degree of liquidity, okay, of the shares. The shares of private limited company cannot be transferred freely. So private limited company shares cannot be transferred easily. There are some restrictions in transferring the shares of private limited company. Seventh point, that is separation between ownership and management. Owners are different of the company and managers of the company are different. There is separation. Okay. The shareholders in the company are very large, okay, and they are spread or scattered all over the country. Therefore, they cannot take active participation in day-to-day management or routine work of the company. Okay. So, to run the business or affairs of the company, shareholder elect the representative among themselves. They are called as directors. Okay. Shareholder elect one representative or few representative among themselves. They are called as directors of the company, and such directors from the board of directors of the company to run the business on behalf of shareholder. Okay. So board of directors look after day-to-day management of the company, because shareholders are scattered, they are spread all over the country, they cannot look after day-to-day management of company. Okay. Thus ownership of joint stock company is separated from management. Owners are the shareholder and management or day-to-day management work is done by the board of directors. So there is separation between ownership and management of joint stock company. Okay. Eighth point, that is membership. In case of public limited company, minimum number of members required to form public company are 7. Okay, and there is no maximum limit in number of shares. There can in any number of shares, unlimited. Okay, maximum limit is not there in case of public limited company. Such large membership helps in raising capital of the company. In private company, minimum 2 members are required to form the private company, and maximum 50 shareholders can come together in case of private company or private limited company. Okay, 9th point, that is registered office. The address of registered office of company must be mentioned in the domicile clause of memorandum of association. So in memorandum of association, which is primary document of the joint stock company, in that domicile clause means permanent residence clause or place clause of company's office, company's registered office, that permanent place, that is called as domicile clause of memorandum. It is mentioned in the domicile clause of memorandum of association. The registered office of the company is very important since all the business transactions take place and all important documents of the company are kept in that registered office, like register of members, annual returns, yearly returns, minutes books in which minutes of meetings are recorded, okay, are kept to be inspected by members and general public, so that they are kept in the registered office of the company they are to be checked by the members of company and the general public. Okay, all the correspondence means letters written between register of companies and the company on one hand. So between register of company and company, whatever letters are written, that along with that between company and shareholders, that letters written between company and shareholder, between company or creditors and company and third parties on the other hand. Third party means outsiders. Okay, take place through register office. All this work transaction take place through register office. So that should be written in the domicile clause of memorandum of association. I think points discussed up to now are clear. We'll do a quick recap of whatever features we have discussed today. Okay. First point, artificial legal person. Second, separate legal entity. Third, limited liability. Fourth point, that is common seal. Fifth point, that is registration. Sixth point, transferability of shares. 7th point, separation between ownership and management. 8th point, membership. 9th point, that is registered office. Okay, that's it for today. We will come up with more interesting videos in short period of time. My next video would be about merits of joint stock company. That's it. Thank you. Bye.